So yesterday we were looking at some of these missions, a quick revision of these things. Did we see AstroSat? Yes or no? We saw, did we see reforms in space sector? Privatization in space? Yes or no? Importance of privatization of space so that ISRO can focus on research. Did we say briefly about in space? Yes or no? Yes or no? Well, based on that, I'll, because I am telling in the different mode in the morning. Okay. So these are the new dimensions, anthrics, NSL, and all these things. PSLV, Amazonia, first mission, we saw about SSLV. SSLV has how many stages? 3 stages. Okay, all the 3 stages are solid stage. Okay. So for small launch vehicle, China space mission, dwarf planet, exoplanet, gravitational lensings, sun's corona, we saw about specialty about sun's corona. Then we saw a new term called Yarkovsky effect. Anyway, Sagittarius A is a black hole at the center of Milky Way galaxy. Now, these things, what is space also? 100 kilometers above Earth's surface, Kármán line, which is also called exoplanetary missions, Chandra expert asteroids, potentially hazardous, Hayabusa and Ryugu. We saw about a brief overview of our solar system. Now, with respect to outer space treaty, okay, when we are looking at outer space treaty, space belongs to global commons. When we say space, this is not owned by any one person or any country in the world. Yes or no? Just a minute. With respect to some resources of the world, like high seas, when we are calling high seas, about 200 nautical miles away from the coast, after exclusive economic zone. See, with respect to coastal areas, it's not that only land or the border, coastal border belongs to India or any other country. 12 nautical miles beyond Indian border is also part of our territory. If some person wants to enter in Indian maritime waters within the range of 12 nautical miles, he has to take permission, just like mainland. Okay, so beyond 200 nautical miles, it is called high seas, HIGH, high seas. It belongs to everyone. Okay, nobody can claim that this belongs to one country. In the same manner, all these things are called global commons. Belongs to all. Antarctica is an example of global common. In the same manner, space also global commons. Nobody owns it. So in long back in 1966 itself, they have devised the means with respect to global commons. Is science and technology global common? Does science and technology belong to everyone? Yes or no? Yes, but that is not the case in reality. Intellectual property, it has advantages and disadvantages. Anyway, so very quickly, if you take an overview of this outer space treaty here, it is done in 1966 itself, where they have given broad guidelines. Why we are doing this long back old treaty, why we are doing now? Because privatization is happening. Privatization of space is happening, and private players are coming into the picture. Space travel is becoming reality. In the future, people may fight for orbits. Just like why different states in the country are fighting for water, interstate river water disputes. In the same manner, in the future, disputes will come with respect to utilization of space resources. Geostationary orbit, highly contested. Everybody want to occupy or put their orbits in the geostationary orbit. So what way, how to regulate? We don't have enough regulations yet. So this is expected to cover in the future. Anyway, small discussion of the existing theory. It's an old theory. Outer space exploration should be useful only for peaceful purposes. That is the basic assumption. We should not use moon or space for conducting nuclear tests or weapons of mass destruction. Astronauts are representatives of whole humanity. If there is an astronaut, the standard way to understand it, the meaning of the term is an astronaut is there, he went to space and he has landed in some, like suppose Indian astronaut has landed in Pakistan or China. China should not arrest him. Where is your visa? Okay, they belong to everyone. Okay, that is the assumption, astronauts and all those things. And with respect to space, Nobody can claim, any country can't claim sovereignty. Sovereignty with respect to space. This space belongs to me, Bolke. No, space is a global common. Like that, they have outlined the treaty long back. We should not use all this moon, all the celestial bodies should be exclusively useful for peaceful purposes like that. And with respect to space activities, this point becomes important when we are talking about space-based things. What is the meaning of this point is, with respect to space activities, if anything happens, suppose a private company of USA conducted a space-based test, or it has launched. Forget about that. Let us take this Amazon, Jeff Bezos itself. He conducted the test, and suppose it has failed, and it has crash landed on. Of course, they escaped through crew escape module, but the vehicle has crash landed on some small island, creating a lot of destruction. Who is responsible for it? Jeff Bezos or USA? USA, the country should take responsibility with respect to that liabilities, whatever is happening. Like that, they have outlined whatever damages you are called, all this damages the country should take care of it. Okay, they have highlighted. Harmful contamination of space or celestial bodies. We should not go for contamination. That's what they are taking. But anyway, we have a problem of space debris. That is also happening. All the unused communication satellites, used vehicles, still they are roaming around the Earth. No, we don't know this. After a certain period of time, there is a huge amount of space debris created in the space. Last year, China example was in the news. China's satellite, due to technical fault, it was collapsing. People thought that it will hit land. Fortunately, it has collapsed in the. What if it has landed on some people habitations? Okay, we can't. Huge problem. So all these things are there, which has to be taken care of. I think somebody is writing online. Okay, let's see. Now, Open Skies Treaty. This don't confuse between Outer Space Treaty and Open Skies Treaty. Open Skies Treaty is about civil aviation. Between two countries, how much of aircraft should grow, that is with respect to Open Skies Treaty. I was talking about Outer Space Treaty, as the name says. This is very important for us. Yarkowski effect, we saw it yesterday. Gravitational waves is an important. Gravitational waves. Some sounds are coming. Some disturbance is there. Okay, let me continue. See, listen, I'll set the things right. Wait. Gravitational waves are discovered recently with understanding that Einstein gave the theory about gravitational waves long back. But these gravitational waves are discovered recently. Recently in the sense 4 or 5 years back. Nobel Prize is also being given. Gravity. What is gravity? Force of attraction. So this force of attraction also travels like waves. That is the understanding. Okay, when it is traveling, energy is traveling like waves, it means space is bending. Okay, multiple applications will be there. Space itself is bending. So black holes will create, or neutron stars, supernovae. Supernova is what? When a star collapses. Do sun survive forever? Yes or no? No. It has its own limitations. When the fuel in the sun exhausts, sun will collapse. So it will go to different stages. Supernovae, black hole, neutron star, all other varieties of stars. So when one black hole is rotating around another black hole, what is a black hole first of all? Black hole is a celestial body through which nothing can escape. Its gravity is so high, out of which nothing can escape. Even light also can't escape out of black hole. Okay, so this much of energy is there with respect to black hole. So Earth also can become a black hole if it becomes the size of a mustard seed. If you make black hole or Earth so compact, the size of the Earth is reduced to same density, same mass. If you reduce it to a mustard seed, if you pack the whole Earth inside a mustard seed, that will become a black hole. That is the high density of black hole. So much of high density. So when black holes are radiating energy, gravitational waves are released. Very weak waves. Okay, when one black hole is rotating around another black hole, gravitational waves are released. So they have identified these black holes through an instrument called interferometer. What is the instrument? Interferometer. India is also planning its own gravitational wave observatory called Indigo project. Which project? Indigo project. Significance of gravitational waves is important as a prelims or as a mains question. Any recent development in the discovery or the application of gravitational waves is important for us. What is the instrument which detected these gravitational waves? Interferometer. That we have to understand. Only that much in that area of the I discussed. Okay. Write another question. By the time things will be fine. Okay, write another question. Rural development, environment was the application areas with respect to mains. Did we discuss the question? Why did we didn't do human space flight till now? Did I explain it on it? So write a question. In spite of doing Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan missions, in spite of doing Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan missions, India didn't venture into human space missions. Okay, India did not venture into human space missions. Discuss the reasons. Okay, try to think on this question for 2 minutes. See, we have done Chandrayaan, we have done Mangalyaan, but human space mission, Gaganyaan, is still at plan. Why didn't we venture into human space missions till now? Okay, when USA and China or even Russia are going in the direction in a much more early stages, why did India go in this direction? Please try to think on it for 2 minutes.
I think it's because of this part.
Okay, now connected.
Oops, it might be. Same. That is the question.
Okay. So let's come back to this gravitational waves. Right. So if you see, I just gave a very brief intro of gravitational waves. These are the various waves in which gravitational waves can be detected when one orbit is going, one black hole is going around another black hole, like it is being depicted here. In the figure 2, you can see one black hole is rotating around another black hole. Gravitational waves will be released, and if you can see there, the space itself is bending. It's a very new dimension which is opening up. Space itself is bending because of the energy which is being radiated. This may have multiple applications. We don't know how it is used in space travel in the future. So around a black hole in figure 1 also, if you can see, around a black hole also, there is a deviation with respect to space. All these gravitational waves are being detected with the help of an instrument called interferometer. What is the name of that instrument? Interferometer. It will have big laser lights, distances 4 kilometers, rough distances, big instruments will be there. They will be used to detect these gravitational waves. See, if you see in the figure here, big observatory is there. So in the world also, there are various other gravitational wave observatories. In India, we have LIGO. In Japan, you have Kagura. So Kagura Observatory, recently seen in news, is about X-rays, is about COVID, new type of COVID technology. No, third answer is about gravitational waves. Answer is about gravitational waves. LIGO in USA, Virgo. If you see, Virgo will be in Italy. You see it here, Virgo Laboratory is in Italy. India has Indigo project. Significance of Indigo project is important. What is the purpose of this Indigo project? Gravitational waves, new sources of gravitational waves, emerging astronomical observations can be done. So a lot of focus can be there with respect to academic industry interface like this. You can have high-end applications. So Vertisa's mission, fast radio burst, these are all simple things. Why we have to study asteroids? Asteroid study is important not only for the sake of preventing some collision of asteroids, but asteroid resemble Earth in a way. Earth is made up of metals at the center. In the same manner, many asteroids are also made up of metals at the core. So what is the relation? How these things got formed? We don't know yet. Okay, like I said before, we may be aliens on this planet. Yes or no? How life originated with respect to blue-green algae, till now there is no answer. We understood that life originated with a small microorganism and it got evolved. What is the guarantee that that originated here? Some asteroid might have come and collapsed on India, carrying that life. Till now, there is a possibility. That's the reason there is a NASA mission called Psyche. Which mission? NASA Psyche mission for studying that asteroid. Okay, where they are studying an asteroid which is exactly like metal-based asteroid, similar to Earth. So various missions are there. These missions will come in the future also. We need to observe these missions at least for 2 years. Various new missions which are there in the news for the at least 2 years we have to see. Megatropics and Saral are an important collaboration between India and France. Megatropics is used to study monsoon. Why monsoon is happening? What are the factors affecting Indian monsoon? Till now, we don't have a proper explanation. Saral is about studying oceans. We are collaborating with France. In the same manner, we have NISAR. NISAR, NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. It's a collaboration between India and US. Like these collaborations with respect to space also, we have to see 30-meter telescope, SpaceX, all these are the new things which are in news. Science and technology innovation policy, we are in demand of a new policy. As of now, there is a demand for new policy. Things are in the news. They thought that they are amending the new science and tech policy. Till now, it has not settled. Only draft has been there. So as of now, what is the policy we have? 2013 is the only policy which we have. So what are the points in that policy? We want to encourage innovation. We want to give inputs to SRI board, SRI, SHTI, SRI, Science Research Innovation System for High Technology Led Path for India. When we are calling high technology, the intention is how technology used for national development. That would be the focus area. Not only that, with respect to applications in various sectors, with respect to intellectual property, with respect to youth, all are the areas focused in science and tech and innovation policy in the country. So, very important missions. We have a council called PM Science Technology Innovation Advisory Council. This council has been reframed recently. It has identified 9 science and technology missions, which are very important for India. So when the government itself has identified 9 science and technology innovation missions, those 9 missions would be very important for us. Yes or no? So those 9 missions are language translation mission, mission on quantum frontier. We will see each of this technology, whatever is, whenever is possible. Quantum technology we will see, artificial intelligence we will see, national biodiversity mission as a science and technology. I'm not talking about environment. Okay. So how technology can be used for biodiversity conservation, waste to health, deep ocean exploration, because there are many resources in the oceans. You might have heard about polymetallic nodules. Okay, these are minerals found inside the ocean. So we are exploring only on land, maximum on the land. So enough resources are there hidden in the seabed, like polymetallic nodules. They are full of magnesium, nickel, varieties of resources are there. So deep ocean mission is about exploring these resources so that India can be benefited out of it. You might have heard about gas hydrates. Have you heard about gas hydrates? Gas hydrates. Study about this new way of energy. Shale gas is there anyway from the last decade. So gas hydrates is a probable coal-bedded methane. All are different types of resources which are happening. Gas hydrates you will find along the coastal areas within the seas. So that is also another exploration through deep ocean mission. So all these are the missions. Next mission, national mission on electrical vehicles. Okay, what is the challenges associated with electrical vehicles? National mission on bioscience for human health, how gene editing, various biotechnology related technologies, how they are helping to improve health. So these are the missions. Last mission is accelerating growth in India's innovation. So all these 9 missions, whatever new developments will happen in these 9 missions, we have to observe carefully. Okay. So with respect to some of the areas which we have covered here, see. Now we'll go to another topic. This is with respect to space technologies. I'm covering some preliminary aspects. New developments will always happen. Now we'll look into defense. Now we'll look into some defense aspects. Yeah. Right. Why do you require defense? Is defense important for India? Yes or no? Yes. Why? What is the significance of defense for India? India is a peace-loving nation. Yes or no? What happened in Ukraine and Russia? Why Russia was able to attack Ukraine? Anyone? Why Russia was able to attack Ukraine? Because? No, talk in terms of defense. Oh my God, that will be always there. So China also has more equipments. Will it dare to attack with a full-fledged war on India? It may do that border issues. Shabash. After 1990s, there is a treaty called NPT, Non-Proliferation Treaty. Under it, Non-Proliferation Treaty, what happened was all the countries who have signed the treaty, they have to dismantle their nuclear weapons. Okay, so nuclear weapons except permanent five. You know, United Nations Security Council P5, except those permanent 5 countries, whoever signs this NPT, they have to dismantle the existing nuclear stockpiles. Look at the hypocrisy. Look at the discriminatory nature of the treaty. Okay, P5 themselves projected themselves as a saviors for it. That is the case. Everybody should destroy nuclear weapons. Except P5, all others should destroy. That's the reason India didn't sign. India threw away the card. We didn't sign. Okay, Ukraine signed. Iran also is a signatory. Okay, North Korea, Pakistan, Israel, few exceptions are there which didn't sign, including India. Hats off to Indian bureaucracy, which has thought well ahead of times. We have Pakistan one side, we have China one side, which are nuclear weapon states. How do they expect India to sign the treaty? Anyway, India is using nuclear technology for peaceful purposes, for radiation, for treatment, for power generation. That's it. Okay, we have nuclear weapons, no doubt, for safety, for our own defense. Ukraine disbanded its nuclear weapons. Now see, Russia is able to attack it without any second. Yes or no? India and China, India and Pakistan, how much they do? They can't go for a full blown of war now. What are nuclear? Missile is enough to create havoc. So, defense is used in order to establish peace. That may look paradoxical in the first instance. Abdul Kalam was asked why you are investing, why you have dedicated half of your life for defense. Okay, what is the purpose of defense when we are a peace-loving nation? My dear, he says very clearly, he told, when we are developing this defense technology, the intention is to make other enemy states or enemy organizations not to attack India. That itself will create deterrence. What is the word used? Deterrence. Okay, if I am Bahubali, imagine. I have so much of strength, you may not liking SNT classes. You may go away, but you will not dare to hit me. Yes or no? If I am Bahubali. No, I am not. So don't think in other direction. So in this manner, it will create a deterrence to prevent that attack. Long time it is being told. In Pakistan, there's a big, if a person called Abdul Kalam is not there, they might have a long back, attacked India like anything. They have said like that. Okay, so that is the contribution of defense. So when we are looking at defense, we have to see what are the latest developments in defense, especially with respect to indigenization. When we are talking about defense, the big criticism is defense is excessively relying on imports. The defense expenditure is highly relying on importing things. Rafale we are importing, fighter jets we are importing. There's a lot of expenditure on defense imports. Oil and natural gas we are importing. That is creating a lot of burden on us already. Defense also we are importing a lot. Like Prime Minister said, whoever is the same, irrespective of the political party, when something is good, we have to take it. So once upon a time, PIB has stated, even tear gas also imported. Our tears are imported. We don't have manufacturing facilities for making the tear gas also. Whenever protests are happening, police will throw tear gas and rubber bullets they will fire. That also we are importing. So our tears are also imported. That is the status of defense manufacturing in India. That's the reason we have opened up defense into privatization. Before space, defense also got privatized. Right? So we have to create more innovation. In fact, in Indian UPSC civil service also, ordnance factory service is removed last year. You have around 21, 22 services in UPSC notification. Ordnance factory, Indian ordnance factory service is removed from the list. This year notification we will not have ordnance factory service because the government is going in the direction of privatization or corporatization. 42, 41, 42 ordnance factories are being merged into 7 public sector units. Okay, so slowly they are going in the direction of privatization in order to change the scenario. In this context, this is all economy. This is the discussion of economy. For science and tech, you have to look about indigenization of defense in India. What all new technologies we are developing with respect to defense in India? What new Arihant, India's nuclear capable submarine. We designed it on our own. Okay, Uttam radar. It's a radar which is kept in front of a fighter jet. That radar is developed indigenously in India. So all such indigenous developments we have to know for prelims as well as for mains. So overall review should be there with respect to defense missiles and the associated programs. So when we are talking about missiles, the first question is why? Why we have to develop missiles? That we have answered it just now for the sake of safety, security, to create deterrence. Yes, sir. It will have applications in other fields also, just like Kalam Raju stunt. Did I discuss about Kalam Raju stunt? Yes or no? See, with respect to, maybe in the morning I have told, with respect to these defense technologies, many things are happening. World War II. World War II has led to the development of various technologies in the world. Starting from submarines to high-end material sciences, space explorations, lot of technologies. Even GPS is a World War II spillover. Okay, the world USA want to control everything on this planet. So it has kept 24 satellites. Not during World War times, but later. So it want to control a lot. Later, it has become a civilian application. See, nowadays without GPS, even a single day, it goes. Wikis, Olas, shops, locations, geotagging, everything is based on geospatial data. Where you are moving, in the future, you will see where to ensure safety of your children in the future, you will tag the movement of your child, where he is going to college or to recreation facilities, no explanation. Okay, so like that you will tag in the future, who knows, through apps. Okay, your child also will have a morphing technology where he will be going somewhere, but it will be shown to you that he is going to the science and technology UPSC classroom. Okay, like the technologies are spilling over. In the same manner, heart surgeries used to happen. Stunts, bypass surgery, stunts used to happen. Yes or no? These stunts, the materials used in these stunts are highly costly. Imports, 1.5 lakh, even 2 lakh stunts per stunt used to be there before, just 10, 15 years back. So Kalam and Raju is a cardiologist in Hyderabad. Kalam also spent a lot of time in Hyderabad, DRDO, many laboratories. So they both sat together and devised materials. Because Kalam being exposed to defense and space technologies, he knows what all materials are required to create that space launch because high atmosphere resistance, lot of materials he has studied. So he has knowledge of many materials. Raju knows, being a cardiologist, what is required for the heart so that it can stay in the heart for 20, 30 years. So both sat together and devised a stunt called Kalam Raju stunt, manufacturing, which can be manufactured for less than 20,000 rupees. Look at the scale, 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakh imported thing. They made it as just 20,000, less than 20,000 stunt, which is manufactured now in India. Many of the stunts used in India now are indigenous developments. Like that, it will have various spillover effects. So when we are talking about defense, we need to know about two types of missiles, ballistic missiles and cruise missiles. Ballistic missiles are something, they can go beyond the atmosphere also. Suppose you want to launch a missile targeting a location which is 5,000 kilometers away. The missile will go cross the atmosphere and hit the target. It will be exo-atmospheric. It will go beyond the atmosphere and land. This is the atmosphere. Okay. So ballistic missiles, whether they go beyond or not, you can't maneuver them easily. Just you lock the target, it may be nuclear capable also for very long distances also. So these type of missiles are called as ballistic missiles. Generally, they don't have maneuverability, but new technologies are developing. For the general understanding, these are ballistic missiles launch. There will be propulsion will be there, fuels will be there, just like stage 1, stage 2 of your space flight. You will have different stages in this ballistic missile. It will hit the target. And another variation is with respect to, see, this is the ballistic missile. ABCD component, stage by stage, it can hit multiple targets also, not only one target. Beyond the oceans, the image is beyond the oceans also. So much distances it can cover, ballistic missiles. Another variation is there. This ballistic missiles can be short range or intercontinental, depending on the distance covered. Medium range, short range, intercontinental ballistic missiles, depending on the distance it can cover. So another type of missiles is cruise missiles. Cruise missiles, as the name indicates, cruising. You can change the direction. Either you can alter the target or itself, the missile itself can go along the movable target. You might have seen this in Hollywood movies. Flight is moving, missile is locked, it will seek the flight. Depending on some infrared technology, seeker technology, whatever may be the GPS data, it can be anything. But once after the missile is launched, it can cruise. It can alter its direction and hit multiple targets. So these are what? Cruise missiles. Ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, basic difference. In ballistic missiles, types can be there. Short range, tactical. Short range missiles below 1,000 kilometers. Then medium range, which is called theater range, 1,000 to 3,500 kilometers. Then IRB. Intermediate range, ballistic missile. Then intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, depending on the distance which it can cover, the missiles can cover, they have classified the ballistic missiles on range. Just a range-based classification. Okay, so when SRBM is given, it means short range ballistic missile. Don't get confused by the terms used in the newspaper. Yeah, that is just a classification based on range covered by the missiles. Okay, so if you go to our main missiles development program in India, see, look at this is the cruise missile. It has launched. It is changing the direction as if someone is maneuvering. Yes or no? It is not going with, this is a parabola shape, going with the help of gravity. Yes or no? It is traveling as if there is a driver in the seat. So this is cruise missile example photo which I have displayed. Type of cruise missiles, you can differentiate cruise missiles based on speed. What is the criteria here? Speed, because cruise missiles are generally not intended for long distances. Okay, so they are differentiating based on speed. Subsonic. Subsonic means sonic. The term sonic means speed of sound. Okay, so when we are saying subsonic, it is traveling at less than the speed of sound. Supersonic means speed of sound is measured in terms of Mach. What is the terminology they use? Mach. Speed of sound is 1 Mach. So 2 times the speed of sound, 2 Mach, 3 Mach, 4 Mach, 5 Mach, like that. So when I am talking about supersonic missiles, it is about 2 to 3 Machs. 2 Mach speed, 2.5 Mach speed, 3 Mach speed. That is the description given to which type of missiles? Supersonic missile. Hypersonic means greater than 5 Mach. The missiles which can travel at a speed greater than 5 times the speed of sound are generally classified as which missiles? Hypersonic missiles. A small understanding you have to know here. When we are talking about these Mach-based speeds, okay, if we want to create a missile or anything which is having this speeds, what about the engine which has to be used? When you are using a hypersonic missile, the fuel should burn with at least supersonic speed. I repeat, if the missile is traveling at hypersonic speeds, the engine should be at which speed? Supersonic. Okay, so in hypersonic missiles, you will use scramjet engine, supersonic engine. Okay, if the missile is traveling at supersonic speeds, the machine or the engine should run at least 1 level lower, ramjet. Okay, so ramjet engines are used in which missiles? Supersonic missile. Scramjet engine. Scramjet is nothing but supersonic ramjet. That will be used in which missiles? Hypersonic. This is the prelims orientation which you should have. Now, if we look back at these missiles and these developments, what we are doing here. India's missile program is categorized in terms of integrated guided missile development program. This is the main program. This is closed now, but this is the beginning. This laid the foundation for India's missile development program. What is the name of the program? Integrated Guided Missile Development Program during Indira Gandhi times. So don't write Indira Gandhi Missile Development Program. So Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. 5 missiles are developed under this. Okay. So what are the missiles? Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Akash and Nag. There is some trouble. I think you can see the display here. What are the missiles here? Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Akash and Nag. So these missiles, if you see Prithvi is based on, see, the missile can be launched from air also. It can be launched on surface also. So another type of classification of missiles is what are the launching area and what is the target area. Surface to air missile means I am launching from the surface, targeting a air-based vehicle or a flight or anything. Okay, surface to surface missile means launching from the surface, targeting a object on the surface. Air to air missile means the missile can be launched from a fighter aircraft. It can target other fighter aircraft. Like that, surface to surface, surface to air, air to surface, air to air. That is the classification of another classification of missiles. So basically, we are classifying missiles in different ways. Cruise missiles, ballistic missiles. Depending on the range, one type of classification. Depending on the speed, one type of classification. Fourth type of classification is with respect to type of launching and the targeting. Surface to surface, surface to air, air to air, like that. Okay, so what is Prithvi? Short range. Yes or no? Prithvi, as it is indicated here, it is a short range surface to surface ballistic missile. This whole term you have to remember. Prithvi is surface to surface short range ballistic missile. What is short range kilometers? In that manner, we have seen. Agni. Agni is intermediate range surface to surface ballistic missile. So when we are calling Agni and Prithvi, which has more range generally? Agni. Okay, Agni variation 5 is there, Agni 6 is there. But in IC this integrated guided missile development program, we developed Agni 1, 2, 3, and we stopped the program. Whatever development is happening now, that is outside this integrated guided missile development program. This integrated guided missile development program started in 1980s, 1982-83, and they closed it in 2008. Still you have Akash. The Akash is still developed, or Agni is still developed outside this program. Okay, this program is closed. We developed the program, we are using missiles. Missiles are still used, even today. Okay, third is Trishul, short range, low level, surface to air missile. Only this much they will ask. Akash, medium range, surface to air. Fifth one, Nag, anti-tank missile. We can target, tanks, big tanks. They will be coming in the warfields. So missile to destroy the tanks. Which missile? Nag missile. These 5 things are the main missiles with respect to Indian defense program. Apart from this integrated guided missile development program, we have developed many other variants later, which we will see slowly. So with respect to Prithvi, Prithvi has 3 variants. See, Prithvi 1, Prithvi 2, Prithvi 3. Depending on the version, which version, whether army is using, whether navy is using, or whether air force is using. Similarly, along with it, the range and payload also will be different. Prithvi 1, 2, and 3, we are using for different levels of defense forces. Then you have Agni. Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still under development. With respect to this, 5 and 6 are still under development outside integrated guided missile development program. Look at the ranges here. With respect to integrated guided missile development program, we have devised at the max 4,000 kilometers. Yes, sir. Whereas China is developing missiles with a range of 20,000 kilometers. What is the missiles having with respect to China? They can target what ranges? 20,000 range. Where we are developing 4,000. So what is this? Don't we have enough technological capability that can be introduced? Okay. What can be the answer for it? Never degrade India. Not for the sake of some kind of positivity. We have to know the facts. The reason is, who wants to fight with India? Yes or no? For India, the major threat is not Pakistan also. For India, the major threat is only China in the whole world. Not in the neighborhood. In the whole world, who wants to fight with India? Except our neighbors. That too major threat comes from China. Okay, always to say, now China is also not going in direct confrontation. Anyway, but there is a chance. Okay, there is a story, there is a TED talk where a person is traveling, hitchhiking. He is traveling the whole world. So he is traveling from country A to country B. So in each country, especially in Eastern Europe, there are many troublesome issues are there. Eastern Europe, Yugoslavia, many countries got broken up, many conflicts were there. So when he is traveling to Eastern Europe or the whole world, he is interacting with many people. All are good people, fortunately. So this fellow is saying, you enjoy in this country, but be careful of Serbia. That Serbia people will eat you away. He went to Serbia. Serbia, everything was fine. Then Serbia people were talking about Croatia or Bosnia. So Bosnia people will kill you, will take your wealth, will take your purse. Be careful. He went to Bosnia. Everything was fine. Like that, he was traveling. He came to Pakistan. Pakistan obviously talks about who? India. So he came to India. He's not an Indian or a Pakistani. He came to India. In India, he feels as if it is the end of the world. Nobody is blaming anyone. End of the world. He thought it is a dreamland. So that is the context of India. We don't want to fight with anyone. We accepted everyone in the history, even today. Anywhere we can survive. Yes or no? In fact, Tamilians will be there everywhere. In Delhi, you will find Tamils. In Australia also you can find entrepreneurship, whatever may be the reason. Yes or no? So that is a spirit which Indians have, whole the nation. So in that context, our target, we don't want, it's not that we can't develop 20,000 or 30,000 capable missiles. We are not interested. Our only threat, major threat comes from either Pakistan or China. What is the distance between Delhi and Beijing, you see? It comes out to be 5,000 kilometers. Beyond 5,000, we'll cross Beijing also. So our focus is mainly on developing good missiles in this range. What is the target for China? India? No, US. That's the reason it is focusing on 50,000 kilometers beyond range. This is the way things will go. This is a strategy where we are, where and how the worlds are going. So this is the way, this is Agni. Apart from Agni, there are many other missiles, not only Agni, apart from all these missiles, Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Akash and Nag, there are other missiles outside this version which we have to see slowly. One such important missile is Barak missile. This Barak missile is a joint development. Joint developments are very important. We are not just importing. Okay, both DRDO, just like ISRO, for defense, we have which organization? DRDO. DRDO and Israel jointly developed this Barak missile, Barak 8 missile, surface to air missile. Okay, so is it hypersonic? Is this missile hypersonic? No, it is supersonic. Okay, so that is the variation which we have to look. Then you have Shaurya missile. All these are the pointers, PT points. What is Shaurya missile? Shaurya is hypersonic missile as it is indicated. We have very important hypersonic missiles. One such missile is, hypersonic is a very high-end technology. Okay, even BrahMos is not hypersonic. BrahMos is supersonic. Now we are developing BrahMos as a hypersonic missile. Okay, but initially BrahMos is a supersonic missile. So a very important hypersonic missile which India has is what? Shaurya missile. Okay, surface to surface tactical missile developed by ISRO. Sorry, DRDO. Then you have another missile called Astra. Astra is air to air. Air to air. These are the things you have to remember, no choice. Astra is from air. Shaurya is from surface to surface. Yes for yes. Surface to surface. Air for air to air. Like that you do something and remember. Okay, these are the missiles outside. This Astra missile will be kept on Sukhoi fighter jets also. Okay, even Sukhoi fighter jets will be integrated with Astra missiles. Like that, we have the air-to-air missiles. Then we have a very important missile. Are all these missiles under integrated guided missile development program? No. Program is closed. We are developing many other missiles beyond that program. The speciality with Nirbhay is a subsonic missile. Subsonic means less than the speed of. The speciality of this Nirbhay missile is, as it is going beyond with less than the speed of the sound, the existing radar technologies can't detect it. If a missile is launched, others can detect it. Yes or no? But this Nirbhay, that's the name Nirbhay, without fear. It can't be detected by other radars. So we can launch it without being detected by others or without being attacked by others. If someone detected our missile, if we want to attack someone, they detected our missile, they will file a counter missile. In the traditional movies, you might have seen one will launch missile, there will be bow, and another person also will launch both will fight in the air. Yes or no? We have the technology in reality also. What is it that the technology called? Ballistic missile defense technology. We'll talk about it. So this is Nirbhay missile. See how is it? Bahubali bench. Okay. Then there are certain missiles which can be launched from submarines also. Submarine will launch missiles directly from the submarine. We can launch this nuclear capable missiles. So one such example is K-15 series, which is also called as Sagarika. So the name for K-15 series of missiles which can be launched from submarines, other name is Sagarika. We have a separate missile called K-4. That is not Sagarika. K-4, K-15, these are the different Kalam series of missiles which can be launched from where? Submarines. Okay, all submarine capable missiles are called as under which series? They are integrated under K series. If not all, most important missiles. Okay, K4, K15 like this, K11, K5 is also there. The term 5 is indicating 5,000 kilometers range. Okay, so when K15, don't think that K15 has 1500 or 15,000 kilometer range. It is 750 kilometers range only. We will never go for 2,000, 20,000, 15,000 ranges as of now. Okay, they are friendly with USA and Russia as of now. Okay, now K-15 missile family, that's what short range ballistic missile, K-15. Look at it, it is nuclear capable directly from the submarines. It can launch. It actually, it is a photo on the test bed. They have taken this photo. Okay, so missile, different missiles, Barak, Akash missile, Akash is indigenous. With respect to Spider, Spider is a missile which is from Israel. We have imported that. Then we have Barak missile. Barak missile is also from Israel. S-400 Triumph. This is from which country? Missile defense system. S-400 is from Russia. Okay. Apart from this, we have our own ballistic missile defense system. We want to know, we need to know some basics about this ballistic missile defense system. What is the purpose of this ballistic missile defense system? Suppose if there is a missile attacked on India. Indian city has been attacked by an missile. What is the thing which we will do if that is the scenario? If Indian city has been attacked with a missile, what can we do? We will attack after it has attacked. Is it so? No. We have to destroy the missile before it attacks the city. Yes or no? That system is called as what? Missile defense system. Okay, if you see the explanation for it here, let's see, I'll just try to explain it here. Suppose there is a city which is being attacked. This is the city A, India. Someone is launching a missile. So we will detect, we have to detect that missile and launch a counter missile so that this missile will be destroyed within the air, atmosphere. So whenever the multiple missiles also comes, we have to defend that by launching counter missiles. This system is called as what? Ballistic missile defense system. India has two components under ballistic missile defense system. One is advanced air defense, other is Prithvi air defense. What are the two things under ballistic missile defense system of India? Advanced air defense and Prithvi air defense. Prithvi air defense is for exo-atmospheric. When I am calling Prithvi, it is for exo. Exo means what? Missiles coming outside the atmosphere. Then we will launch Prithvi. If a missile comes from within the atmosphere, we have AAD, Advanced Air Defense System. Okay, so these are the very basics with respect to which aspect? Defense aspect. We will look at, ask any doubts if you have. I will put another slide with respect to recent developments in defense sector. Yeah. Let us see some of the other topics with respect to defense. Okay, so we look at some of the indigenous developments taking place in Indian defense scenario. Okay, INS Vikrant. One such important development is INS Vikrant. Vikrant is an aircraft carrier. Which aircraft carrier? We have developed it based on our own indigenous development. Aircraft carriers are very big ships. Okay, they are in Indian Navy. They carry aircraft. So don't think that aircraft carrier is a big aircraft. No, aircraft carrier is a big ship on board having aircrafts. They can be located anywhere on the oceans, and from that you can launch your fighter jets so that India can be defended in multiple manners, especially in Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea. So we are importing this. Actually, we have INS Vikramaditya. What is the existing thing? INS Vikramaditya, which we took it from Russia. Russia has used it for many decades. Then, rather than scrapping it, it has sold us. We took it with a lot of pride. What we can do? Okay, when we don't have the technology, something is better than nothing. Yes or no? When we are not at all reading newspaper, at least you have to read materials, current affairs magazine. Something is better than nothing. In that manner, we have taken that INS Vikramaditya. Of course, we will see the operational capability and all those things. I am not criticizing Indian defense, but what to do? That's a fact. It's a reality. Okay. USA will send F-15 fighter aircraft. Lot of billions of dollars it will send for India. After 2 to 3 years, what it will do? It will change one nut, one bulb it will change. F-15 advanced version 2.0, it will sell to Pakistan. See, it's not that we are dependent on these countries. These countries' economy, defense economy is running because of the conflicts of the world. They want conflicts to sustain in the world so that they can sell their defense equipment. That is a harsh reality. Okay, biggest industries in the world, defense, pharma, alcohol. These are the biggest sectors in the world, rather than food, rather than education, rather than some manufacturing sector. Okay, so that is the criteria anyway. INS Vikrant is there. It is the first series. INS Virat will come, INS Vishal will come. Slowly we are going to manufacture 3 aircraft carriers in Indian countries so that we will have our own defense. So look at the beautiful ship, not the small one. Okay, beyond background of it. That is the aircraft carrier. Don't look at that small ship. Okay, big one is the aircraft carrier Cochin, where it is being manufactured. INS, what is the name? INS Vikrant. Okay. Then with respect to, we'll quickly go about various developments here. These are the fighter aircraft which Indian Air Force already has. Various fighter aircrafts in India. It's not that all are being produced in India itself. These fighter aircraft are being imported from various countries. Okay, so let's see Mirage. Mirage is from France. Rafale is from France. HAL, Tejas. Tejas light combat aircraft is manufactured by India itself. It's a very latest development. MiG, all MiGs, MiG-29, MiG-27, we took it from where? We purchased it from Russia. Sukhoi is also from Russia. Jaguar is from UK. Okay, apart from that, I think there is another description also from UK. Let me put it. Okay, there's a Jaguar is there, Sukhoi is there, fine. Okay, so with respect to these are the various fighter aircrafts employed by Indian Air Force. In such scenario, Tejas light combat aircraft is a highly advanced. It can carry missiles in it. It is a light combat aircraft. It has its own missiles on it, onboard missiles. We are manufacturing it on our. So LCA Tejas on Republic Day, this LCA Tejas will be given as a demo. Fantastic demo. They will maneuver from the 2-3-3 combinations. I have seen it live. Okay, Republic Day parade. Where it will happen? Delhi. On what day? You see the defense exposure on that Republic Day parade. Directly, some of the important developments only they will display, which are important for us. This cruise missile, ballistic missile we have seen. Another latest development has taken place, which is called hypersonic delivery system. This is a kind of disaster. Okay, unfortunately, what happened just now, we have seen a concept called ballistic missile defense system. What is BMD? BMD talks about whenever you are attacked by missiles, automatically counter missiles will be there and cities or regions can be safeguarded. This China has conducted a hypersonic delivery experiment. What is this hypersonic delivery experiment is, after that China did, we also did, unfortunately. What to do? It's all a race. Now see, try to understand this basic concept. This is Earth. Okay, I'll change the color here. This is Earth. This is atmosphere. Are you able to see? Yes or no? This is atmosphere. Now, if you launch a missile, see this small thing. This is the missile. Are you able to see? This is an aircraft and there is a missile here. It is having this part. Okay, so when you launch a missile like this, it will be detected either endo or exo. Okay, if you launch it, it is coming from outside the atmosphere, then it is called exo. Within the atmosphere, endo. Now, if a missile is coming, this is the target city. Automatically, radars will detect, this will detect, this view will be there everywhere. It will detect these missiles and it will put a counter. But if you launch a missile with hypersonic speed, if you launch a missile with hypersonic speed within the atmosphere, okay, two conditions. The missile should have how much speed? Hypersonic speed. It should travel it should travel within the atmosphere. If these two conditions are met, the existing ballistic missile defense systems are unable to detect that missile. So, will there be any use of this BMD? China did this experiment, became successful. Once China became successful in this hypersonic delivery test, obviously India had to go for this test. The existing ballistic missile defense are being rendered useless because of it. Okay, so that's the reason ISRO conducted this hypersonic delivery test also. They have conducted this test. That's what it is being described here. Hypersonic missiles, ISRO also, sorry, DRDO, not ISRO. I'm coming ISRO. Who conducted this test? DRDO also conducted this ballistic, to counter that threat to ballistic missile defense system. They have conducted this test. Okay. Then you have ASAT, anti-satellite missiles. Satellites are having a lot of importance. Yes or no? Suppose one country want to disturb the functioning of other country. It will go and launch missiles and destroy the satellites. Is it possible? Yes. That technology we have developed. Other nations also have developed this technology. See, who all have this technology? United States, Russia, China, and India became the fourth country. There are many fourths for India. Okay, with respect to moon, with respect to Mars, with respect to this ASAT, with respect to nuclear also, there are many new areas of development. So this ASAT missile, which is also called as Mission Shakti in India. What is the name? Mission Shakti. The intention they created was to destroy. Officially, we told why we have destroyed our own satellite. Okay. And what did we tell the world? We want to clear space debris. All useless missile satellites which are there, we want to remove them. So we destroyed whose missile? Our own, whose satellite? Our own old satellite we destroyed with this Mission Shakti. But it's about looking the view. If anything happens, we can target other countries' missiles. It is also deterrence. Other countries' satellite. It is also deterrence because if other country attacks our satellites, we can also attack other countries' satellites. Like that, it is useful. Okay, mission Shakti, it was highly successful. In fact, space debris, will it be reduced or will it be created more? Created more because one small object has been made into millions of pieces. Okay, so that's a different parameter. Actually, it is mainly a security purpose. See, look at it. It is looking like terrific. Okay. Then you have our own. All these examples are what? Question on indigenization of defense. What is happening in India? Nothing is happening in Indian defense sector. Then you have to say shut up. See all the list which is being done in Indian defense sector. So Rudram is anti-radiation missile. What is Rudram? Anti-radiation missile means it will seek any radiation technology. Electronic circuitry will emit radiation. Does we emit electronic radiation? No. Any big defense equipment emitting electronic radiation, it will be detected, targeted, blasted. So that anti-radiation missile developed by DRDO is called as what? Rudra. It will be carried with Sukhoi fighters. Okay, only that much you have to know. What is a torpedo? This is a previous prelims question. What is a torpedo? Torpedo is used for what? Anti-submarine warfare. If we want to attack submarines, we use a missile called as torpedo. That they ask. Like that questions will come. Rudram, what is it? That's it. ABCD options. Okay, so a very brief thing which you have to know. Then you have, see, a very important thing is happening with respect to surveillance in India. Okay, so this will come as a topic under national security also. Okay, so but with respect to defense context or with respect to SNT, these NAT grid, CMS and Netra are taking huge data from the public. Forget about Google, forget about all the Facebook companies which are taking your data. The government itself is doing a lot of surveillance on people. The government can tell what you are seeing, what companies you are watching, what you are searching. Are you having anti-government propaganda? Everything can be tapped by government through these three systems. Okay, NAT grid. NAT grid talks about national grid. It talks about national intelligence grid. It will take data from 21 categories of departments: railway data, tax data, bank data, insurance data. Everything which you do, that will be integrated in which system? Okay, they will see where you are traveling. Everything can be monitored. Why they are doing? Why they are so crazy? Because any one of us can be terrorist. Yes or no? That is the intention of surveillance. Not only terrorism. It's about national safety. India has a lot of internal security threats. Terrorism, Naxalism, Northeast insurgency, Khalistan, many anti-social elements, all are playing their drama, yes or no, with their own ideologies. And you have global terrorism also. Okay, so we have to do a lot of surveillance. So they are using these things to do surveillance. CMS will, this is with respect to NAT. Whereas CMS, centralized monitoring system, is about telephones. Whatever you do with telecom companies, whatever you are talking on the mobile phones or with respect to your landlines, everything can be tapped through which system? CMS, Central Monitoring System. This. Okay. Third, surveillance. These are devices of what? Mass surveillance. They will not survive one survey. They will not do survey of one or two individuals. This is large scale. Crores of people will be subjected to surveillance. Okay. Third thing is there with respect to NETRA, network traffic analysis. This is with respect to whatever you do on in internet. Whatever you do, Nowadays, internet and telephone became one. That is not the case now. There is many things which you can do on internet. So whatever you are doing, individual citizens are doing with respect to internet, that will be surveyed by which system? NATE. So all these three are the examples of mass surveillance. The question like this will come only in prelims with respect to SNT, but with respect to internal security, paper 2 also, debate versus surveillance versus privacy, when right to privacy is given as a fundamental right. So like that questions come beyond this paper. Okay, so we have to look at those aspects also. Okay, now we'll see Netra and all those things, projects, but these are old things. You have to remember this P75. There is P75. Okay, different projects are there. This is with respect to submarine. Conventional submarine means diesel-based submarines. France has this technology. We are importing this technology through technology transfer from France, and we are manufacturing these submarines in India. We didn't invent these Scorpion submarines. What is the name of the submarines in project P75I? Scorpion submarines, diesel generated, not nuclear powered, diesel submarines, which we are manufacturing in India itself. India has 14 submarines and 2 nuclear powered submarines as well. So totally how many submarines are there in India? 60 submarines. So when this comes into hand, the number will increase slowly. Okay, nuclear based submarines are also slowly being increased. So this project P75, 30 years, many submarines they are trying to build. What is the nuclear powered submarines available with India as of now? One is INS Arihant. What is INS Vikrant? Aircraft carrier. INS Arihant is a indigenously developed submarine. Whereas INS Chakra, which we took it from, see where all Russia is there. In Kundankulam nuclear reactors, you have Russia. In with respect to our submarines, you have Russia. Aircraft carriers, Russia. What once upon a time, even medicine also, Russia. Why many people are going to Ukraine now? Once upon a time, part of USSR. From that time itself, after Russia also has supported, many Indians used to be sent to USSR for training in medicine. That's the reason we are not going direct conflict with Russia. USA, all these countries, they never bothered about India. From the last 2 decades only, they are doing some friendship. Before that, Russia is a strategic partner for us. Okay. Does it mean that if Russia does anything, we should not do anything? No, we said very clearly. Avoid war. We are against war. That's it. That is our clear stand. Okay. So a lot of help we are taking from Russia. Anyway, we want to develop on our own also rather than depending. Look at the submarine. Okay. No, it is India. There is no P75I. We are calling it as P75I only. No difference as far as it. P75I, the same thing is there. We call generally newspaper terminology. They say P75 or P75I. Both are referring to the same thing. No recent development. Okay, please check it if you want. It is about Scorpion submarines. Okay, anything there, you update me. I will tell the class. Okay. Focus. It's okay. If any mistake is there, I will rectify. Don't worry. Okay. With respect to another project is there. Look at all these project norms. P8I. See, all will come with I when we are referring to it. Okay. We can't differentiate P8, P8I like that. P8I is about maritime patrol aircraft. This is a patrol aircraft for maritime patrol. We took it from US. This project P8I, look at this aircraft, not aircraft carrier. It is what? We purchased it from USA. It is a aircraft. This is the photo. Project P8I. No manufacturing in India. We purchased it from USA. It does not have any passenger windows, if you see. Okay. This looks as if nothing is there. It's a simple, no, it can launch missiles also. It can do surveillance also. Okay, it has missile launching capability, dangerous fellow. You should be like P8 type. Nobody should feel that you are reading, but you should launch missiles in the examination. Okay, it's a competitive field like that. P8I is very important because we are using it for foreign policy also. For small island nations, Maldives, Mauritius, we are sending this P8I to help them to do their surveillance for them because they don't have that technology. Okay, in fact, we sent this under Mission Sagar. In foreign policy, you will see. Mission Sagar, we have sent all these things, security and growth for all in the Indian Ocean region. Okay, so that is the importance of this. It can do surveillance. It has anti-surface warfare, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, all these things. It can launch torpedoes also. Okay, torpedoes are anti-submarine. So this aircraft, which looks simple, it can destroy submarines also. That's the reason we have taken it. As Indian Ocean region is very important for India, we have added this purchased it from USA. Saras. This Saras is an indigenous light transport aircraft. When I'm talking about transport, it is civil. Light combat aircraft is what? This. Whereas civilian aircraft, all the airlines, civil aviation things in the whole world are from only two companies in the world. What are those two companies? Boeing and Airbus. If you go to Indigo airline, it will be Airbus. If you go to SpiceJet, it will be which aircraft? Boeing aircraft. Whole world is dominated by these two. Okay. So we want to have our own civil aviation manufacturing facility. So we created this light. It is a 14-seater, 19-seater, different variations are there. Now they changed it to 14-seater. Look at this. Okay. So this is not only by DRDO. You have CSIR, National Aeronautics Laboratory. Don't write DRDO. This is a prelims point. Not by HAL. Okay. This is designed and developed by CSIR, National Aeronautics Laboratory, small seater civilian aircraft. Okay, quickly you can see all these things. Project Samudrika, it's okay. Chaff technology. What is chaff technology? When we are looking at this chaff technology, last year it was in big news. See, if you see the image here, there's a black ship image. It's like Hollywood movies. If someone has thrown a missile on a ship, can the ship maneuver it very fast? No. Ship, ocean, sea travel has its own limitation. Then how the ship should safeguard itself? It will emit these lights. Chaff. So the missile will not hit the ship. It will feel that it will come in with the seeker technology. It will feel that the ship is somewhere else. It will hit. So slowly the ship will escape. To divert the incoming missiles, DRDO has developed this chaff technology. Okay, for protecting radio frequencies and all those things, enemy's radio signals can be diverted. Now everybody know about Rafale. From which country we took? France. What are the missiles on board Rafale? That is our observation. Okay, Rafale has all these big missiles. You see, Scalp missile it has Meteor missile, it has Mica missile. All these missiles are on board which fighter jet? Okay, what does it have? One step extra you have to go, which is there in the common sense understanding. Okay, BrahMos, very important. BrahMos, initially it was supersonic. Okay, but India has signed export control regime called MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime. There is a separate topic called export control regimes. Okay, what are these export control regime series? This high-end defense technology. If every country, suppose India developed or some other Bulgaria, Croatia, developed a missile technology. Now it wants money. It started selling that missile technology to every country in the world. Will it go towards excessive militarization? Yes, sir. So in order to limit that, the world countries has created some export control. The name itself is saying controlling the exports. Not exports means pickles, groundnut, not that. We are referring only with respect to weapons of mass destruction. So 4 such export control regimes are there. Anyone? One is NSG, Nuclear Supplies Group. Another is MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime. Another is Wassenaar Agreement. Okay. 4th is Australia Group. What are the 4 things? Nuclear Supplies Group, Missile Technology Control Regime, Wassenaar Agreement. 4th one is Australia Group. So India is a member of all the 3 except NSG. The countries who are a member of these export control regimes, they can trade with the people who are members of that group. Okay, so NSG is about nuclear fuel and nuclear technology. MTCR is about missile technologies beyond 300 kilometers range, 299 or 300 kilometers range. Wassenaar Agreement is about dual use technology. Dual use means which the technologies which have civilian as well as military applications, like GPS. One example may not be in the agreement, but one such example which has both civilian as well as nuclear or defense applications. Then 4th Australia Group is about biochemical weapons. Okay, so all these anthrax, all these things comes under what? Australia. Countries which are part of these groups only they can export or import. Okay, if India wants to import a missile technology which is beyond 300 kilometers range, India has to be a member of MTC. Okay, previously India was not a member of MTCR. That's the reason initially BrahMos was developed with the 290 kilometers or 99 kilometers range. In 2016-17, India became part of MTCR. So this BrahMos is a collaboration between India and Russia. In fact, BrahMos means Brahmaputra River plus Moscow River of Russia. So they both together developed this. Why didn't they develop beyond 300 kilometers? Because India is not a member of MTCR. Once India became member of MTCR, now BrahMos 2 versions are coming. 600 kilometer range, 1500 kilometer range are being developed now. Okay, previously its range is limited to only 299 kilometers because of the constraint imposed by MTCR. Okay, India is not becoming a member of NSG because China is not agreeing. In that export control regimes, if anyone wants to join, imagine 48 people are there here. Maybe that may be the case actually. So in 48 people, if someone wants to enter the classroom, everybody should agree. Even one fellow, without any reason, I didn't like his face, that may be the reason. If they say that is not, they are not agreeing, others will not also not help. No input. So all the nations in NSG are agreeing for membership of India. China is saying, it is saying if you want to give membership to India, give membership to Pakistan also. That is a condition imposed by China. When China is taking the name of Pakistan, many nations are not interested. So that's the reason they are also not pushing for India's membership. Okay, that is the way. Politics is everywhere. Politics is there from family to international relations. There are politics. So in their own way, we have politics in our own way. Anyway, so these are the things. BrahMos 2, which is coming as a hypersonic missile, Mach 7 to 8. By 2024, it was expected to increase at high ranges. So this is about BrahMos. BrahMos is carrying, it has all range capability. I talked about MTCR here. BrahMos can be launched from all 4 methods, from submarine, from land, from sea, from air, anywhere it can be launched. Generally, it is there on Sukhoi aircraft. On which aircraft we have BrahMos? Sukhoi aircraft, we have integrated this BrahMos missile. Because Sukhoi is also from which country? Russia. Some compatibility issues. Then you have project P28. All this project match the following can. P28 is about anti-submarine warfare, which is called as COVALT. So this P28, under this P28, they are building ships INS Kamorta, INS Kadmar, INS Kilton. All these are what? Anti-submarine warfare. We are building under which project? Project 28. P28. This is anti-submarine ship, not just a vehicle. The ship will carry all the weaponry to fight against the submarines. Okay, so that's what P28. So these are the things. Many exercises are there. Indian Navy, Indian Army is conducting many exercises, passive exercises that you have to update according to. Last 2 years or last 1 year, anyway, in COVID times, many exercises were not there. So any recent exercise with respect to Mongolia, with respect to Saudi Arabia, any recent thing, they will ask. Bongo Sagar is between Bangladesh and India. Well, this army exercise, what is Indra exercise, between which countries? Slynex is between Singapore and India. Like that. Simbex, like that, different exercises will be in the news. So whenever you are going for an examination, beyond 6-7 months, any recent military exercise, you have to see. Malabar exercises are there. Like that exercises you have to. This Atulya, suppose this is a defense on the warfield. This is a tank. See, this is not a tank or a weaponry system. Whenever a missile, a small missile is coming and hitting you, you are fighting a war. So that missile, what? You can't stop it with hand. No? You stop it with which system? Not for city range. City is ballistic missile defense system. Atulya is for your safeguard on field, anti-aircraft on field. Then you have anti-tank guided missiles. I already told about anti-tank missile. What is the name? Nag. If this Nag is installed on helicopter, that is called heli. Okay, if you install this Nag on helicopter, that is called helicopter version of Nag, or other name is heli. Air Force variant of it is called Dhruvastra. Helina is the army variant, Dhruvastra is the Air Force. Army also will have helicopters. Navy also will have fighter jets. Don't confuse. INS, Vikramaditya and all these things, aircraft carrier, it is Navy. It's not that people from Air Force will be there. No. Integrated. Okay. They will have their own fighter pilots. Okay. In fact, we are going in the direction of integrated command. Andaman and Nicobar has that integrated command. All the 3 forces together. Okay, things will be integrated so slowly. CDS is in the direction only. Okay, we have CDS. Yes or no? Unfortunately, first CDS met with disaster. So we have CDS. We are going in that direction. We want to integrate. Okay, sooner or later. So these are the areas which we have to see with respect to defense. See, helicopter version of now. Uttam. See, this is an radar. When I'm talking about Uttam, this is an electronical scan array radar. Forget about all these things. Basically, it is a radar. Radar will be set beyond in the front of this fighter jet. Our own radar, which we develop. Finally, there is a smart missile, which I will. Pinaka. Pinaka will be always under display during Republic Day. Okay. So multi-barrel rocket launch system. Many rockets you can launch parallelly using. Okay. All multi-barrel. History, quality, economy, science and tech, optional. By the way, sociology. There is a small discussion now at 7:30. Sociology, students can stay back. Other students also will come back. So, like this, all are all the missiles, which we have to launch. Hope that you will launch it properly. Fine. Okay. Then there is a last thing, last but not least, smart missile. See, the thing with this smart missile is, name itself, missile assisted release of anti-submarine torpedo. What is happening here is, I think the figure is somewhat not clear. I'll try to explain it here. Here you have a submarine. Able to follow? Okay. Submarine is very far away. This is a ship which carries torpedoes. What are torpedoes? Anti-submarine warfare. You can't launch. You have to wait for the submarine to come nearer to you. By the time it comes nearer, in front of it, you may be nothing. Okay, so I want to launch it when it is at a long distance, when I am at a safer zone. For that, I am putting this torpedo inside a missile. The missile will take, see, this is the missile which carries the torpedo on the ship. If you can see, this is sea. You have sea here. This is a ship. Okay. From the ship, I am launching a missile which carries a what? Torpedo. The missile will carry fast, not only distance, it's about speed also. It will carry it very fast. Then a parachute will open. Torpedo will be released. This torpedo will go and destroy this submarine. Okay, that's the reason name. Supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. Okay, so smart missile, smart city mission, all everything is smart. Smart classrooms, smart studies, all are smart. Smart missile is about missile carried torpedo. Okay, so it is not ballistic, it is not other intercontinental, nothing. Okay, so these are the various dimensions with respect to defense. Tomorrow we will see nuclear, if possible, other technologies also. Fine. So that's it for today. Please close your books. Yeah, we'll end.